Hello again. Now, the real estate industry has been hit hard since the outbreak of COVID-19, but there still seems to be a demand for industrial property. So what does this mean for the sector? Clint Murray, the regional head of Galetti Corporate Real Estate, joining us this morning. Clint, a very good morning to you. So before we talk about why this has happened, or what are the possible reasons, what is industrial real estate? What are we talking about here?
Good morning. Thanks for having me. So really, we're just talking about the manufacturing sector, warehousing, logistics. That sort of sector of the industrial property market.
Okay, so what would you attribute the uptake in this sector to during this time?
So I think what we've seen, especially sort of the COVID lockdown scenario, is that an increase in certainly in the manufacturing of PPE. So businesses have generally tend to pivot to start manufacturing, whether it's on a short-term sort of contract basis, or that's going to be a new business going forward, and also on the on e-commerce, especially without a shadow of a doubt, e-commerce has certainly come to the fore, and slowly but surely South Africa is catching up.
All right, and let's just look at industrial areas in general. We see them all over the place, all over the country, and I suppose many people might be wondering, is it time to maybe invest now in this industry, and what would be your advice?
Yeah, so what we've seen lately, specifically, there's been a lot of investors who traditionally haven't wanted to invest or haven't really been interested in investing in the industrial sector, have been more focused on commercial. But now what we're seeing is certainly a shift in mindset and looking at the industrial asset class, which seems to have obviously been performing better and performing, I'd say, consistently over the last few years. Important to take into consideration, obviously, nodes of which certain industrial nodes within the country, and those are obviously related to being close to national road networks, ports, and obviously then taking into consideration the type of building that one's going to be looking into. And we definitely would say that one's got to look at what is the long-term forecast for that building or for that sector, and one's got to be looking at the logistics type facilities, warehouses. That's really where you're going to have longevity of building usage.
Well, and I suppose, Clint, as with any surge in good business in any industry, you're going to find those who are going to want to take advantage of the situation. What are the precautions here?
So I think one needs to really just take into consideration, with the buildings themselves, make sure that the buildings are up to spec, make sure the buildings are ready for occupation. So if there are necessary changes being made, dependent on tenant requirements, that it can be a fairly smooth process and fairly fast turnaround time in order to get those buildings in place. So in other words, make sure that you've got all your COCs in place, and make sure that that really the building is ready for a fast turnaround.
Okay, we'll leave it there for now. Thanks very much, Clint Murray there. Well, I suppose industrial real estate is the way to go, but please do follow the rules. That's where we leave the